How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of AngelsBobs Plus here, episode 90. Hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream bits we did last two episodes. They were previously recorded on the stream and things. Hope you guys enjoyed that kind of format. It won't happen really too often, just every now and again. But yeah, other than that, to kind of go over what we did on stream, is, in short, we got production science packs. Now it's going to take some time for that to kind of build up. We are utilizing robots a lot more. We are getting the logistics robots used. They aren't great, partially because they have 0 upgrades. See, okay, I don't like when the underground does that. The underground does not appreciate that very well, which is unfortunate. So yeah, so we set up production science. We're using robots more. We will use more robots. However, we need to research better robots. And well, for the time being, we are stuck on not great robots. Awesome, that will connect, which is always nice to see. So right now, what I'm going ahead and doing is connecting up the last of our science packs, aside from the space science. Why actually am I doing that? Why don't I just do that? And then let's throw all that in there because I don't need it on me. And then, okay, so on this belt that you see me building right now, on the top it's the production science, and then on the bottom it's going to be the space science packs. Just because the rockets will be at the end of the bus. Just because that's just where I've pretty much always put them, both in vanilla and in modded. That just happens to be, in my mind, where the rocket should go in terms of, I don't know, I guess the production-ish things. Or the production path? So. Let's go and remove that. Alright. So in today's episode, I think we're going to figure out, let's see, will you, damn, by 1. So in today's episode, we're going to try to kind of mostly figure out our next goal and kind of the direction of the factory. And then, yeah. So just mainly today's goal is going to be figuring out the new direction, or rather the next direction. Because now that we have all the science packs we need to get rockets, I guess we're going to start looking at, okay, well, what do we need now, aside from research, to get rockets, right? So what's that path going to look like? Along with just kind of scaling some things up. We can't make, because we don't have the cobalt steel. We really gotta do, maybe we'll do that next episode, or start planning that this episode. We'll see. The goal right now is just to get this connected. Okay. So silver needs to go there. I only need this to move 1. There you go. Get another weird. Let's do a bunch of those. I'm not making steel gear wheels by hand because my goal is to try to make things by hand less if we are automating them, right? So for instance, there's no point in me making steel gear wheels by hand if we've already automated them, partially because it's a waste of resources, because the recipe we're using is more efficient, or is more efficient if we use the gears off the bus than handcraft them. That. We're almost there. Start with the conjoining of 2 sciences. Oh, and there's definitely no nice way. Nobody sees this. This is just speeding it up. I probably won't go back and undo what we just did. this is just easier for me. Nothing else will ever go here. Cool. Alright. Now time for the really squirrely aspect of things. Oh, I don't really need the productivity in there, but I mean, it makes it better, right? It saves on things. We might throw the prod 3 modules in here, but we don't need the other ones. As for... I got thrown in there. Cool. Oh, yeah. So the way I do it to attach everything is basically do another long-handed. So it looks weird. But then what I do is I go like that. With the underground. Awesome. And then you can either do underground, like further underground it. So basically you do just interweave the belt. Now obviously there is a limitation to the belt, so now we're limiting ourselves to a yellow belt speed, which probably also up the gray belt that is here. Okay, so now that's adequate. But basically, so what that now does for us is it forces science everywhere. But yeah, so anyway, so we're limited by the yellow underground. Now we could upgrade everything to red, and technically we even go as far as blue. So we are limited by how that speed, but I doubt we're ever going to have that. I'm not increasing the amount of labs, so we should be fine. Oh yeah. So let's figure out kind of our goal to get to rockets. So in order to get to rockets, to get to the rocket silo, as you can see, we're actually very close. We have almost all the sciences. There's definitely some we don't have quite unlocked, partially because something is locked behind something else, which is behind something else. But for the most part, we have all the science packs we need to get to this. So the main components we need is heat shielding tiles, rocket control units, rocket engines, and rocket fuel. We're already making LDS, or low density structure. We do need to make tungsten. Yeah, so okay, so we need to make rocket engines through tungsten, but that's going to be its own process. So what do we need to get heat shields? To make heat shields, tungsten and silicon. Okay, well, tungsten. Rocket control. Okay, so speed mod 1, or rather speed mod 0, not even 1. And then we need to add the better circuits, so the tier 5 or I guess the black circuits. Maybe dark blue, not really sure on that one. Yeah, maybe black or dark blue. Probably, we'll just say black, I suppose. For the rocket engines, oh, well, we already went over that. That's just tungsten. And the rocket fuel itself is over here. So that requires oxidized and fuel capsule, which happens to be nitric acid, which we'll be able to make we can actually probably make it right now, come to think of it. And then we need dinitrogen tetroxide. So dinitrogen tetroxide. I think I got that. And then we need fuel capsule, which requires... Not gonna try that one. And then hydrazine. I know that one. So di meaning 2, meth, hydrazine. So dimethylhydrazine. Dimethylhydrazine, maybe. Okay. Okay, so basically both of these are hydrogen based, as we can tell with the blue. So you got the dinitrogen tetroxide and then the dimethahydra that yeah. Okay, so the dinitrogen tetroxide is made from the nitrogen dioxide gas, which you just combine oxygen and nitrogen. Very simple. We can get that from the air compressors. And then we need yellow metal catalyst, which get made from tungsten and nickel. So again, another thing that falls back to tungsten. So tungsten is going to be very important. We're going to definitely want to directly ore sort that just purely out of how much we need for it. We are making the tungsten plate. Or no, we're making titanium, not tungsten. My bad. Yeah, because the tungsten's the like brown kind of, yeah. And then titanium's the purpley. Not quite as purpley as nitinol, but we will still need nitinol. Alright, back one's up here. Then this one. Alright, and then to make the methylene. It is dimethylene we need? I didn't think it was methylene. It was it was this. Okay, so we do need the dimethylene and the monochloramine. Chloramine. Good lord, this could be a pain in the ass. Oh Jesus. This is gonna be. It's always the rocket fuel. I remember when I did this in single player. Well, this is single player, but when I did this in a test world, probably 6 months ago, I played with a lot of modules in order to get this. I saw the amount of shit I needed and was like, I'm just gonna beacon and module the hell out of this to the point where I just needed one machine for each step. But this was oof. This is gonna be a pain in the ass. There was no build, by the way. There's no copy and paste build for this. That was just thrown down to get it made, just so that I could launch a rocket. But we're not going to do that. We are going to ratio some things out. I'm not just going to make one of everything and then go, you know what? We're going to get it eventually. Although that is technically a viable way of getting it, I suppose. Okay. So the fuel is going to honestly be one of the tougher parts. So what do we need for the actual silo? Well, we already have the electric engines, the LDS. Concrete should be fairly easy. So we need nitinol, the advanced processing units. Titanium we already have. I guess we need... Yeah, so we're definitely a little bit away from getting some of these things, that's for sure. So we either have to go balls deep into Angels PetroChem, metallurgy, or expand. Well, I mean, no matter what, we're gonna have to expand the factory, but or expand. We're not making gold yet, so we could focus on that and get. Jeez, okay, we do need quite a few things. Um. Yeah, there's no great direction. Yeah, there's just no great way of doing this. Okay. What ore do we not have yet? Okay, so we do have the cobalt. Honestly, I think let's plan out what we need for the cobalt and start working towards that. Because we keep running into needing it, but we just haven't been able to use it. Oh, and then the next, actually, I want to make sure, is everything flowing up here properly? Yes, yes. That is a very big yes. None of these backed up weirdly, did they? No. No. No, definitely no, and no. Okay, so everything is flowing correctly. Pretty consistently as it appears, which is good. Once we get blue transport belt, well, we have it researched, we just have to make it, but that's relying on the cobalt. Once we get the cobalt still going, we should be fairly good. Why is this so limited? Because the crushed, yeah. I know we were going to work towards this. And we just kind of didn't. Okay. I think the path right now... Yeah, I think the path right now is going to be get cobalt steel. And then get more resources plugged in. So a more consistent input of ammonium, a more consistent input of rubiite, a more consistent input of steatite, stuff like that. And once we have that, then let's focus on getting more ore refinement, such as refining the gold, refining the tungsten. So gold, tungsten. There's one more I thought. Unless I'm thinking of uranium, but I don't think so. Right? So tungsten, cobalt. Are we making zinc? Oh, well, zinc's there. I don't know if we're actually making it or not. I think I'm... Yeah, I think that's it. I think there's only actually 11. Yeah, there's only 11 technical ore, and I think this is uranium, actually, right here. So this we can actually get rid of, and then have it filter out the uranium here, out of that one. There's no sense in putting it through this, and then we'll take it maybe up here in the middle. Maybe we'll do, yeah, maybe, you know what? That's what we'll do. Maybe we'll do the uranium in this area, because that should be a big enough area. Well, the refining of it, the actual, like, power will probably be over here, but that's a later problem. Alright, so let's get everything we need for the cobalt steel plan. I could have sworn I actually have a, yeah, I could have sworn I have a, blueprint. Let's see. Oh, I should have done that on stream, actually. Let's go through all the blueprints. I think the search line is going to go for, yeah. Oh, hey. Hey, we named it. Hey, awesome. Nice cobalt. Let's go ahead and give me a copy of this. Honestly, cobalt steel isn't something we need continuously. It's not integral to science or anything. It's just we need it temporarily to make machines and stuff. And okay, we do need it for belt, but belt isn't, again, it's not something that's science based. So I'm okay if I have to wait for inconsistent things. I will double check this ratio though. Now that I have it. So it looks like, oh good lord. Yeah, that doesn't seem right now. Because if we're, okay, so if we use the steel. Right, so if we use this steel, which is fine. Where is it? Here. Alright. Yeah, so the steel section's reworked a little bit, which shouldn't affect this, and it also shouldn't affect this. Which also, then, okay, so then nothing really should be affected here other than this. So we can, what we'll do is we'll just take a blueprint. Actually, I don't even need to take a blueprint of it. We can just take this, and then, oh, you know, okay. You know what? Yeah, we'll, okay. So we'll do that. And then, how different was the rework? Not massively different, I don't think. Right. You know what? Except the fuel came from the outside. How the hell did fuel come from these ones? Oh, I see. Okay. What? Okay, yeah, never mind. We'll just copy this in its entirety. So about... Alright, yeah. So let's see, how much overlaps? Pretty much for the most part, 90% of it. The only difference is where the fuel comes in. Okay, but that's fine. So fuel doesn't need to come in there. Fuel doesn't need to come in there, there. Fuel doesn't need to come in there, and then I don't know what the center section is for. The center section might be for something else. But whatever it is, it comes from the other way. So let's just get rid of it. There you go. So that should allow us to line this up now. Okay, and then the pipe all again lines up just fine, and then... So that's where the oxygen connects up to, and then... Alright. Then we'll just cut those off as well, and that should be fine. Okay, so that should be the steel. And then, of course, this is the weird steel thing, which I do want to queue. Where is cobalt? Yes, so I want this one. Oh, that's gonna be a while before we get it. That's fine. That. Okay, so it's gonna be a minute or two before we get that. But that's fine. What's actually limiting us? Let's look at that while we wait, I suppose. But in case, let me take... Okay, so I don't need that one. Oh, it's like new contents. Alright, there we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and close that one. Awesome. So, let's see. What is limiting us here? Aluminum. Why is aluminum so empty? Oh, wait. I think I already know the answer to that. I go over it every episode, too. Wait. Now, aluminum's not dependent on that. What the hell is aluminum dependent on? Aluminum is dependent on rubyite. Rubyite is not producing because... not enough of something. Okay, let's go investigate that with... Alright, we have enough underground. Let's go investigate that and see why we don't have enough aluminum. Because we should. We have enough ore. Plenty of ore, actually. We do need to upgrade carbon. Well, we've kind of been upgrading carbon. Just not... probably not what we should be doing to upgrade it. Okay. So you are not getting enough chunks. We're not getting enough chunks because we have the chunks. Okay, so then it's just purely a capacity or a transfer thing. Oh, yeah. Boop. Alright. Okay, boop, boop, boop. We did build everything we need for the next set of that, by the way. Or a good number of it. We just need to place it. Once all those geodes disappear, then a crap ton of the chunks are going to start dispersing. And here come the chunks. Which is fine. The chunks happening is fine. Just... okay. So that should be a significant number more. Actually, let's actually help this along as much as we can. Okay, there's... so that should significantly help the system get primed. Okay, so then how much are we producing? So we're producing one every 1.5 seconds. So basically 10 a second. Okay. Again, assuming that this whole thing functions at a precisely when it needs to happen as it happens. Now let's go ahead and grab the remaining. Just prime these bottom. There we go. That should basically prime the whole system to function. I don't actually not have enough current production of the chunk. Might even have to speed. Yeah, I might have to speed all this up as well. But I do not have the red underground, unfortunately. Alright, well, I think that's where we're going to call it for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, you guys know what to do. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any future episodes of anything. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Peace out.